We switched the camera around to him that he's been riding because he's quite muddy. Training as well. So it is muddy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very
good afternoon. Sorry, I should have said good afternoon. How are you?
To you.
Are you well? Are you well?
Very good, thank you. It's good to be back, isn't it? Pointing's back going, and all right, it's a bit bare bone today, but at least we're back going and we're able to compete out there. But it's softish old ground today. So.
Yeah. So I walked the course yesterday, quite soft, sort of down just where they go out towards the far side, and also coming back towards the home straight.
Yeah, it's a softer patch just before you turn in, and sort of up the home straight after the last, before the fence, as you can see behind us, and just before the ditch would be softer, and then the rest of it's all right.
But is it really wet, so they're just going through it?
Yeah,
or is
it's very wet. There's a couple sort of tackier patches, but on the whole it's fairly wet. So.
And what's been your verdict on your ride so far?
They've hated the ground. I wouldn't say hate's a bit out there, but they're probably good ground horses, and
this is no good for a good ground horse.
good for them.
But you've got to get them going, I suppose.
Exactly, we've got to start somewhere, and now they've had a prep run. I haven't bottomed them. They'll look to go forward from this.
And what have you got still to come? Because we're 2/3 of the way through the afternoon.
Yeah, so 2 maidens left to go.
Yeah. Anything we should be looking out for?
I don't know. They might struggle on the ground. They're a bit unknown on the ground, I'd say. So hopefully they can both run all right and kick on from there.
And you're riding today. You train, I remember.
I don't train.
You don't train?
No.
You just ride. Sorry, I'm
upgrading
you.
There you go.
All I'm doing, I'm sure, is being premature. You'll be training in the future.
Maybe.
But what I always remember is you riding a winner at the Cheltenham Festival. There's lots of people who've done lots of good things here today. Not that many have ridden Cheltenham Festival winners.
Yeah, no, very good. Seems a long time ago now. Midnight Prayer. For Alan King. Yeah. No, that was obviously a highlight probably of my riding.
Yeah.
And a great day. I'd like it to happen again. Seems a long time ago now.
So how much fun riding a winner here or riding a winner in Devon and Cornwall is, I guess. Cheltenham, that's just like a different,
very different. To be fair, I
do you remember? People always say this about when people do great things. Do you remember every minute of it, or is it a bit of a blur?
I'd probably remember most of it. Probably afterwards, you sort of forget because you get a bit lost in. I suppose you see it on the telly, don't you? Everyone's getting interviewed, and it could be radio or telly, and you think, well, it's probably not that bad. But actually, it takes a bit of time, and I suppose because you're only an amateur, you got one race a day. You're not rushing out to ride again, are you? So
I imagine you left the racecourse feeling about 10.
Yeah, no, very good. We went. I remember we went back to obviously because I was working there, so the boss's house. And we all had a glass of champagne and stuff.
He loves a Cheltenham winner, doesn't he?
Yeah, no, he loves
a Royal Ascot winner these days.
Yeah, he trains a lot. He trains a lot of winners on all codes, whether they're small or big, don't they? Yeah. So, no, it's very good.
So, final thought. First day of the season. What are your hopes? What are your aspirations? What are your ambitions for? Well, obviously not to train yet, but for the weeks ahead.
Just keep riding as many winners as I can. Trying to ride for as many different people as I can. Obviously. I'm not just a 1 yard rider, sort of looking to ride for anyone and whatever, so, and hopefully can get the 100 point-to-point winners this season. So. And
the Katie Wallicott team going really well on the track at the moment as well.
Yeah, no, very good. Managed to nick a winner for there on Tuesday at Exeter, so that was very good. And no, touch wood, her yard team in good form.
Excellent. Well, look, great to chat today. Perfect. Sorry I got your role slightly wrong.
That's all right.
But at least I push you up rather than push you down.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Excellent. Well, look, best of luck with the rest of the season. Great to chat.
Perfect.
We'll probably see you at the next meeting.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, excellent. Super. That's Josh Newman, who I have to tell you, as he walks away, he does have seriously muddy britches. There, if he stopped on the way home in the service station wearing those, they might be concerned something else had happened. But we won't go into that right now. So he's vacated the microphone, and James King is with us now as well. I'm just looking to see who's the muddier, you or Josh. It's a photo finish, I think. It is. I suppose point-to-point, we're in a field. We're in middle of Devon. It is muddy when it rains, isn't it?
No, it is. Yeah, we've obviously had plenty of rain. The rain's gone into the ground, and obviously, which is good as well. Plenty of runners, which is obviously causing it to be even muddier. Which I know it's good for point-to-pointing as a sport. So.
And what? I hesitate to say you work with Charlie Post quite a lot.
Yeah, I work very closely with Charlie Post. I ride out there every Monday and Saturday for a full day. That's a schooling and galloping day, and then I ride out there every afternoon. Then after I ride up for Ollie Murphy on the other 4 days. So yeah, very
so you're
busy.
quite busy.
Yeah, very busy.
And Charlie tells me that he takes his cycling as well. And he suggests that you're not as enthusiastic a cyclist as you are a rider.
No, unfortunately not. No, Charlie kindly donated me his old road bike, but as he's upgraded, he's quite a bit faster than me, so it's very, very demoralising trying to keep up with him. But no, it was I did plenty of cycling through the September and August.
Good for the fitness.
Yeah, good fitness, and did plenty of cycling through September and August just to get back into it and get the fitness up again. And no time for it now, unfortunately.
So what have you got still to come today?
The last 2 races, I've got a mare in the first division of the Older Horse Maiden who bit of rules form. I think she should like the ground, and hopefully she stays very well. So fingers crossed for her. And then also the last race, I ride a horse called On Raglan Road, and he has a bit of place form around a place like Buckfastleigh and other tracks on slow ground like this again. So hopefully, hope for more. Very, very hopeful as opposed to.
So you're based Warwickshire, so it's quite a long way to come. But will we see you a bit in Devon and Cornwall in the weeks ahead?
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, have said I will travel anywhere for a few rides and things. And obviously, it's great to have a good handful of rides at the first point-to-point meeting of the season, things, and just get the ball rolling, and hopefully onwards and upwards for the rest of the season.
Absolutely, and I don't know you so much as I know your dad, Andrew King.
Yeah.
Journalist on the Racing Post for many years.
Yeah.
And I can tell you his son, you look just like him. But I haven't actually seen him lately. He's in good order, is he?
Yeah, very good form. Yeah, he's actually taken a bit of a step back from the
hurly-burly.
Yeah, the hurly-burly and the race post side of things, but he's still, I can tell you, he's very much still involved in the racing and things, and it's on the telly morning and night, so yeah, no, he's still really enthusiastic about the horse racing and things.
Well,
so.
Will you pass on my best wishes and say I hope he's a less miserable so-and-so than he used to be when we were working alongside?
Yeah, I can't promise you that, but I'm passing your best wishes.
AC James, great. Thanks very much indeed. James King, who's here at Ottery St Mary this afternoon as well. I'll tell you who we're going to talk to in just a second, I hope, is Jo Supple, formerly Joe Buck, who's... I don't know if she's walking this. Well, I'll tell you what, Lizzie Kelly's with us, so that's fine. I'm just talking there to Josh and to James. Everyone's just so chuffed to be back.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that everyone's really aware of how much work has been done by all the people involved, and actually that those people are doing it voluntarily, which makes it all the more amazing, really. So. I think everyone's really grateful for that, and like a lot of people have said today, it's people's livelihoods, and there's an entire industry based on a structure that is made up of volunteers, and that probably shouldn't be the way that it is, but that is how it is, and it's very honourable the hard work that they put in. Yeah,
and although it's amateur racing, it's point-to-point racing, but the farrier still has to be professional, the feed merchant still has to be professional, etc.
Yeah, absolutely, and we've discussed people like Francesca Nimmo and others today who this having a horse running in a race and then selling that horse for a profit is their business, and and it's a
perfectly honourable business.
Of course, yeah, and there are professional racehorse trainers who need to have Francesca Nimmo's and Tom Ellis's and Ed Walker's and people like that, because that's where the horses learn their trade. So it all interlinks, and I think it's people are obviously, it's a huge amount of fun for other people as well, of course, and people that go point-to-pointing every weekend and have picnics in their car boots, they want it back on as well. So yeah, it's been brilliant, really good.
Yeah, well, as you can see, just take one step out. We did have a canopy earlier on because it was quite wet, and the weather has improved dramatically over the last half hour, so hopefully you can see us a little bit better. And those watching in Ireland who weren't sure that we'd mentioned the name of the sponsor of the earlier maiden, Tattersalls, the sponsor of that race, and we're very grateful to Tattersalls and indeed to all sponsors here today, and particularly chuffed to see Print Concern supporting the NHS for this restricted race. There are going to be a number of races supported by Tim Underwood's Print Concern, which will end up with a final somewhere. Stratford, I think it probably is, next spring, and that's really generous sponsorship, and more than £700 goes to the NHS because all the entry fees have gone to the NHS today. So, riders, as you can see in the paddock, I suppose we might have a chance for some betting. Ian?
Restricted, I'll go down the card again. At the top, we've got 12-1 Anne-Marie's Reject. We've got 10-1 Cottage Rose with Rich Pittard. 12-1 Fab Vinny with Rich Pittard. 12-1 Gertie's Garter, again with Rich. 7-1 Halloween Harry with David Phillips. Papal Present, 10-1 Steady, both boards. Prove Me Wrong, 20-1 Steady, both boards. Reality Bites is 16-1 with David Phillips, top price. We've got 6-1 Ship Hill with David Phillips is top. 4-1 Steady, Stefan Steele. We've then got our odds on favourite, which is top priced at 4-5 with David Phillips. Rich Pittard goes to 4-6. And down the bottom, we've got 14-1 top price with Bob Pittard. That's Ryan's Fancy.
Is the betting for this next race. Riders in the paddock. Lizzie Kelly just looking out over the rail. Anything particularly as you see them walk by?
Yeah,
your
enough,
sort of horse?
Yeah, this horse here. This horse number 4.
4?
I'm not entirely sure of his name, but my
Fab
God,
Vinny.
Beautiful head on him. Lovely pointy ears. Looks really, really interested in being here. Ones that, you know, what I look for in a point-to-pointer, you want something that's nice and big that can probably handle soft ground, because that's obviously what you get the majority of the winter. And yeah, I think there are some really smart horses in here, but he definitely caught my eye. He had a lot of sort of stage presence, as it were. The X Factor.
The X Factor. Yeah, come down from the North Cotswolds, so come quite a long way. And Tommy O'Brien, the jockey on board, is a rider doing consistently pretty well. So if you see a horse, do you just know that you like it? Does it tick certain boxes?
I think so. I think when you look over the stable door, you want something, like for me, I think everyone's different, but for me, I want something that sort of knows that he's the biz, you know, and I think that's really important, have a bit of swagger. And I mean, this horse who's here again, he's particularly beautiful, the fact that he's very, very black and does look a bit of a black beauty, but you know, he sort of carries himself like he's the most important person in the room, and a racehorse has got to have a certain level of arrogance to be able to do it, I suppose.
So all those horses you've ridden in point-to-points and under rules, which was your favourite in terms of the swagger and the what's the expression, the look of eagles? Yeah,
I mean, look, T for Two, we could talk about him all day, or I could, but he was always a horse that knew he was important. And in a parade ring, he was always the one that was, you know, throwing his weight around, and you know, everyone sort of watched him because he was the one that was sort of prancing around and stuff like that. And you do come across horses that are very good that don't have that nature.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you.
You know, like a Rev de Savola, he was as quiet as a lamb, and he never really sort of seemed to be very interested in doing anything. But yeah, the ones for me that I enjoy looking at and enjoy working with are definitely the ones that think they're all that.
There's a grey horse right, almost desert orchid-like grey in front of us, which is Stefan Steele, and Darren Edwards, who we heard from earlier on, the rider on board. That one, that's Fab Vinny, the blue and the gold colours, making its way to the starting point as well. Jockeys wearing masks, that's part of the requirement of today. They basically wear masks until as soon as they get up, and that continues. So we are, if you're joining us now, we are basically behind closed doors, a couple of hundred people here, some owners, some trainers, some jockeys, a couple of bookmakers are here as well, and we're bringing you the live streaming of the races on the Devon and Cornwall. If you go to the Devon and Cornwall, or recommend to people they go to the Devon and Cornwall point-to-pointing website, I think it's pointingdc.co.uk, then you can actually click a couple of buttons and end up following the action here at Ottery St Mary, or indeed we're going to be in action again in 3 weeks' time. You'll be able to follow the action at the 3 fixtures indeed in this area in the run up to Christmas for free. Right, the hunting horn sounds the moment that I must shut up, and Mark Dennis is about to start talking about the horses as they go to the start.
So we move on now, ladies and gentlemen, to our 6th race. This is the Print Concern supports the NHS restricted race. Runners now on their way out, and the first out we see is number 15. That's Ryan's Fancy, ridden by Miss I. Marshall, and that's her black with the old gold sash and gold cap. Following this one down is number 10. That's Prove Me Wrong, ridden by royal blue and white quarters with a royal blue and yellow half sleeves and a yellow cap. In behind this we see number 6, that's Gertie's Garter, ridden by Mrs. Chloe Emsley, dark green with the bay sash and armlets. Next out is number 4, that's Fab Vinny, ridden by Tommy O'Brien, royal blue with the orange hoop sleeves and cap. In behind this is number 2, that's Cottage Rose, ridden by Mr. Darren Andrews, red with the yellow star, yellow sleeves, red armlets and a yellow cap. Following this one down is Halloween Harry, that's ridden by Jack Andrews, grey with the yellow sleeves and purple cap. Next we have Shut Hill, number 12, ridden by Charlie Marshall, royal blue with the brown and red hoops and a white cap. Next out is number 1, that's Anne-Marie's Reject, ridden by Miss Natalie Parker, white with the orange discs, black sleeves, black and orange quartered cap. In behind this one comes, following down is number 13, that's Stephen Steele, ridden by Mr. Darren Edwards, and that's navy with a yellow hoop, half sleeves and a yellow cap. Next out is number 14, The Chase Is On, ridden by Mr. Will Biddock, dark green with a white star, light green sleeves and a dark green cap with a white star. Then we see number 9, that's Papal Present, ridden by Mr. P. York, white with the royal blue sleeves and collar and a hooped cap. And the final one to go down is number 11, that's Reality Bites, ridden by Mr. W. Thirlby, dark green with a white hoop, dark green sleeves and white armbands. So they're done at post now. They're just going to get their checks done and then we should be underway. So it looks as though we're almost there. Started just going over towards his rostrum. Runners taking the, could be their final turn. So flag goes up then. We're under orders. Runners begin to make their way towards the line. Flag goes down and they're away. So they jump away from the start then for this keenly contested restricted race and race on towards the first, and the chase is on. Will Biddick out in front and a lead. They've gone about 3 or 4 lengths clear pretty quickly. Just racing in second is Cottage Rose with the red colours. Halloween Harry was the one that was racing prominently. He's just been shuffled back through them a little bit, back to about 4th or 5th. Anne-Marie's Reject is up there on the outside of Cottage Rose. As they continue on then to the top of the back straight and on towards another plain fence. I'm afraid is out of my view, but it looks as though they've all jumped it. So they leave the back behind then and race up the side of the course then and on towards the cross fence. Gertie's Garter is the back marker as they take this, and they race on up then, continue to climb up to the top end of the course. So the chase is on by a length. Cottage Rose on the inside of Anne-Marie's Reject. Ryan's Fancy's also moved a place or 2 up to dispute third on the inside as they turn left-handed then, and race on then to fence number 5 of the 19. So the chase is on the inside. Jump that well enough as the rest stream out over. Gertie's Garter still the back marker as they race down then the home straight for the first time, passing the judge en route. They've got 2 circuits ahead of them to race. The chase is on. Ryan's Fancy. Sharp Hill's also raced up there to dispute second. Anne-Marie's Reject. Following them through then is Halloween Harry. And Reality Bites, Fab Vinny, and on the outside the Grey Stevens Steel. Prove Me Wrong is the back Barker Bar, one at the back, which is Gertie's Garter, as has been the case from Flagfall. So they're on the level now and running towards the open ditch for the first time. The chase is on. The favourite with the bookmakers, and they've almost completed a circuit now. Ryan's Fancy in second with Reality Bites and Sharp Hill. Sharp Hill just improved on the outside to dispute second as they begin their run up the back straight then for the second time. As they take the first of them and they're all over that safely. Gertie's Garter continues at the back as the leaders now track on towards the middle one in the back straight, and leaders have looked to have taken that safely. So the chase is on. It's about a length clear. Reality Bite, Sharp Hill, and Ryan's Fancy. They're the ones that are snapping at his heels at this stage. Cottage Rose has just lost a place or 2, goes back to mid-division alongside Fab Vinny as they now begin to leave the back behind and race left-handed to come up the side of the course once more. So the chase is on. Takes the next. This is the cross fence and joined on the outside by Sharp Hill. And Reality Bites is right on the heels of these two. Then Ryan's Fancy. 2 or 3 lengths then back to Papal Present. And next is Anne-Marie's Reject, then Cottage Rose. And on the inside, Fab Vinny follows this one through as they come into the home straight once more. Take on what will be the final fence in a circuit's time. The leaders are all safely over it and they spread themselves out across the course. So the chase is on the inside with Ryan's Fancy right in his slipstream at the moment. Sharp Hill is raced a little bit wider on the outside, disputing second. Papal Present is next, then Reality Bites as they take another plain fence following these through. There was a mistake there from Stephen Steele, and Halloween Harry has been pulled up. So they now drop down on the run away from us out into the country and onwards towards the open ditch for the final time then in this restricted. So the chase is on. He's led pretty much from flagfall, and Shap Hill with Ryan's Fancy now moving up on the outside of the leader. Papal Presence on the inside in fourth, as Reality Bites has also moved up to take closer order as they race up the back straight then for the final time. The chase is on, still with the advantage, about a length clear as they continue on then, and Ryan's Fancy just moves up on the outside to take a fractional advantage as they meet the middle one in the back and takes a length out of the chases on there. And chases on in second with Shap Hill 3. In behind them, Papal Present as they continue on up the back straight then and on towards their final plain fence in this part of the course. So we wait for them to reappear, and Ryan's Fancy now on the run up the side of the course and still around about 3 or 4 lengths clear as they take on the cross fence. They come to it now, so about 2 lengths clear. Papal Present now is the one that is being produced. The chase is on, has dropped right back to about 5th now, so Ryan's Fancy with about a 2-length advantage. Papal Present, the chief pursuer. Shap Hill in behind this, and as they race inside or into the home straight, they come to the final fence then, fence number 19, and Ryan's Guess, we've lost Papal Present there, and that's also brought down Prove Me Wrong. So a bit of grief at the final fence, but no doubt about the winner. He's scudded clear and won well in the end. That is Ryan's Fancy. Scores well. Shap Hill is in second. Gertie Scarter has run on very well from the back, is going to claim third. Stephen Steele's next, then Anne-Marie's Reject, and Reality Bites will be the last to finish.
Zeros and over. The numbers are as follows: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, 11, and over the page, or over the side, to 13 and 15. Number 1 is a Tippler 2, owned by P. Bryant and F. Sutton, ridden by W. Biddick. Number 2, Bet on Betty, owned by Mr. R. House, trained by C. Gray and ridden by T. Duggerel. This horse will wear a hood. Number 3 is Briery Bunny, owned by the Lynham Park Racing Club, trained by Mr. M. Lynham and ridden by J. King. Number 4, Businessman, owned by Mrs. A. Hill and S. Cork, trained by Mr. L. Jefford and ridden by J. Supple. Number 5 is Captain's Horse, owned by Mr. M. Phillips, trained by Mr. D. Mitchell and ridden by L. Major. This horse will wear cheek pieces. Number 6 is Getaway Lucy, owned by the Shannon Lodge Partnership, trained by I. Thompson and ridden by J. Newman. Number 7, Glimpse of Gladys, owned by Mr. R. Pudd, trained by him and ridden by L. Bunko. Number 8 is Getaway Grey, owned by the Getaway Grey Partnership, trained by M. Hampton and ridden by him. Number 9 is Moonaroo, owned by S. Dark and E. Dark, trained by S. Dark and ridden by P. John. Number 11 is Some Boy McCoy, owned by the Mr. A-Man and the Two Hills Partnership, trained by I-Man and ridden by T. O'Brien. And over the page, such as, is number 13, Take a Bid, owned by T. Hamlin, J. Gardner, and ridden by D. Andrews, trained by S. Sampson. And number 15, a Yippee-Ki-Yay, owned by T. Clark and S. Holdsworth, trained by him and ridden by Miss T. Easton. So that's your 12 runners and riders. Penultimate race today, race 6. Horses away.
Hi Caroline, that was a super win.
Yes, thank you, it was.
Yep, I understand that you were a professional jockey before?
No, I was amateur.
But you won the Fox Hunter?
At Cheltenham was the first
At Cheltenham,
woman.
well done. And now daughter?
Also at Aintree too.
And Aintree, well done on that. And now Amy following your footsteps?
Yeah, very much so. She's very keen, very dedicated, so yeah, enjoys it.
Where did you find Ryan's Choice from?
Doncaster Sales in May.
Okay.
Yeah, just like the look of him. He had won a point-to-point and he'd been placed a few times. He wasn't big money, he's by Getaway. I just thought he was there for the taking.
Absolutely, I love the Getaway. I've got to share in a Getaway myself, so yeah.
Well, I've got the Della checkout as a Getaway, and we've had a lot of fun since we got him.
Wicked, absolutely.
Yeah.
How many pointers have you got?
I've only got half a dozen. Yeah.
Okay,
So
brilliant.
just keep it small.
Thank you, well done, and look forward to talking to you in the season. And now Imi's joined us. Well done, Imi. That was a great ride.
Thank you. I mean, he did it all. I just tried to hold on to him for as long as I could. He was pretty keen.
Absolutely. And you ride out your mum's? Do you work otherwise, or?
I do, yeah. I've got a full-time job. I used to be based in London, but through COVID moved back home. So I ride 3 before work and then go and sit at my desk.
Fantastic. Out in the country. Whereabouts are you based?
At my mum's in Shropshire.
In Shropshire. Gosh, a long journey down. How long did that take you?
About 4 hours.
4 hours.
Yeah.
Well worth the trip.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you get on. Well done.
Thanks
and
so much.
have you any more rides today or no?
No, one tomorrow.
One tomorrow. Good luck tomorrow.
Thanks so
okay.
much.
Thanks.
So, well, we're looking anxiously down the course at the moment because the medical team here at Ossory St Mary are treating one of the riders who came down in the last race at the final fence. and we'll get more details on that if and when we get it. Important news about Maysmore tomorrow and the Ledbury fixture, Gloucester races they call it, don't they? Gloucester races. That meeting will no longer have an amber sector, so it's only the trainers, jockeys, the essential people. The amber zone is not able to open tomorrow. That's under COVID regulations, and you're very much recommended to look at the Point-To-Point company website, because all the details and keep on looking, because details are changing practically by the hour, to be perfectly honest. So we've got another guest, and I'm going to have to Chloe is here. Come and Chloe Elms is with us, and I know that you'll have known every inch of the course because I saw you walking it yesterday.
Yeah, we've got to walk it to make sure.
Yeah. So just to talk us through what happened from your point of view in that last race?
In that race, my mare...
Don't get not too far away from the mic, nice and into the mic.
No, my mare, she couldn't really go with the pace, but she's a real stayer, and she really tries, and she just stayed on the whole way. But she passed the horse at the end, and she really kept galloping all the way to the line. And it's really nice for Audrey as well, the owner, because she bred her herself as well.
Oh, wasn't that
Audrey
good?
Goodwin. So yeah, no, really nice for her to get the mare round safe and home. But no, ran a really nice race.
And I never know about this walking the course, because I walked the course yesterday.
Yeah.
And it was all it was squidgier in some places than other places.
No.
But do you sort of, you can't obviously walk every inch, so how much do you try and cover?
Oh, I'm not going to lie, when I got to the soft patches down the sides, I was walking up and down like the sides to see if there was any better patches than anything.
Digging your heel in.
There wasn't, it was soft all the way along, but no, I suppose you just got to go with how it is on the day as well, because it's different today than it was yesterday.
Well, because it was a beautiful day yesterday, wasn't it? We practically got a suntan.
Yeah, exactly. And the rain's really made the ground down the back softer as well, which is quite nice for the mare I just rode anyway. So. Yeah, no,
oh, good. And what, is that you done for the day? Or?
Yeah, that's me done. I've had my free ride, so yeah, I'm all done now.
And how does it... Will Biddick was on earlier on, he said it almost feels like the first day of the new school year.
Yeah, it's a great feeling to be back. A great feeling to be back. I really missed it, to be honest.
So, did you ride at Buckfastleigh on that last meeting last March? And at the time, no one quite knew what was happening, did they? And then the restrictions came in.
Yeah.
They came in, and then it was a certain amount of uncertainty.
Yeah.
And you must have thought, gosh, is this ever going to get going again?
I know, like you train the horses to get ready, but is anything actually going to happen?
Yeah.
So, but it's nice that everything's got going. They've done a really good job today. Like everything's really ticked along nicely. So.
So where will we see you next?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Right.
I'm not at Maysmore tomorrow. But yeah, no, not 100% yet, but can't wait to be back out again anyway. So.
Well, look, well done you, Chloe, and thanks very much indeed for chatting to us.
Thank you very much.
And I'll walk the course at the same time as you next time.
Yeah, perfect.
And I could be your lucky charm.
Yeah, give us a shout.
Or even luckier charm.
Yeah,
try and make it luckier than today.
Thank you very much.
Super, thanks,
Cheers.
Chloe. Very good. Oh, the winning rider from the last race is with us as well. So, well done.
Thanks very much.
Congratulations. So, just talk us through it from your point of view.
Well, he was getting a little bit lit up in the paddock, so my mum, who trains it, said just drop him out and hunt him round. But he was pretty keen, so I just nestled myself up behind Biddick, who made the running, and just tried to hold him for as long as I could. And he ran so well. And then just down the back, Biddick's was tiring a little bit, so didn't
Well,
want
I
to
bet it is.
Didn't want
you're
to
sort of covered.
I know. Well, I was
that your
right
only ride of the
behind
day?
it. Yeah,
and you're covered in mud, so you are telling us absolutely what we need to know. So you were talking about following Will Biddick.
Just down, kind of coming up to the third last. Biddick just started to tire, and I thought I didn't want to get held up behind him around the bend, so I gave him a bit of daylight, and off he went. And all I was thinking is, I'm going to get told off for going too soon, but he had a lot still left.
What does your mum tell you off if she thinks you've gone too soon?
Yes, absolutely.
So what? So remind us about this horse. What were your thoughts coming here today?
So we got him from the sales back in, when was it, May, or the Doncaster sales that happened sort of late spring. He'd won one over in Ireland and been placed in a couple of winner of one races. We were a bit concerned about the ground today because he's only a small sort of light framed horse. We were worried maybe we'd had a bit too much rain, but he just skipped along through it. So I knew he was in really good form, so I was hopeful of a good run. I was just had a question mark about the ground.
And how far have you come today?
Shropshire, so 4 hours.
My goodness.
Yeah.
So That is. So what time do you set off this morning?
Well, because this race isn't till 3, we left at 8 or something. So
Right, so that wasn't too bad.
not too bad, but we'll be back pretty late.
And you'll zoom up the up the motorway. Well, look, congratulations from all of us.
you.
Great
Thanks
to get
so
the
much.
first day of the season. Great. What number of winners is that for you now?
Oh,
Roughly.
48, something like that.
That's all right,
Nearing
isn't it?
my 50.
Yeah, well, bearing down on it. And
Yeah.
let's hope you get there sooner rather than later. But great to chat.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very
Thank
much
you.
indeed. Thanks very much indeed as well. So we were hoping to hear from the sponsor of the last race, which we'll do hopefully in a few seconds' time. Let's just bring Lizzie back in. But just the ambulance is coming up now. We'll have to get an update in a second on whether there's going to be any form of delay because of the injury in that last race. So we'll update you on that in just a few seconds' time. I just wonder whether I can ask whether is there any update on. No, we'll hopefully hear something in a few moments' time. You said that when you go to the races and somebody has a fall, you almost prefer to be pessimistic. So when things, that it's nastier than you hope. But that was quite a nasty fall, wasn't it?
Yeah, I didn't like the fact that the jockey hit the ground and didn't move at all. So I mean, look, it's not. I'm a pessimist. I always sort of fear the worst, and like you said, you're probably better off being in that way, and then anything's a bonus. But crikey, it's just not very nice to watch. I'd actually seen, I'd thought to myself we hadn't had a single faller today, and
I suppose in the soft ground people have been going, well, I suppose they haven't been going that steadily, had they? But
no, but I think everything just seemed to be doing, jumping around quite nicely, and it's just the horse that fell originally was just tired fall, and she got brought down. So no one's fault, but fingers crossed everyone's all right.
What was your mum like when you had a fall?
Okay, I think. Yeah, I mean.
Well, she must have been quite.
I think it did, but obviously.
Especially when she was quite likely training the horse as well.
Yeah, some falls, you can tell immediately it's a soft fall. But yeah, she wasn't great. You could get very worried when I had a bad fall. But I'm sure everyone involved in that situation, owner, trainer, they all have a sort of obviously quite panicky moment, really, isn't it?
I'll tell you what, we're going to have a very quick word. Put you on hold for 2 seconds, but
just let me know if anything.
Joe Supple's here. Hello, ready and raring to go for your next race. Just tell us about what you ride in the next.
So Businessman is in the next.
Oh yeah.
For Les and Lisa Jefford.
Yeah.
I haven't actually ridden him because I was hoping to ride him initially, and then I got injured. But he's a lovely little horse. Brian rode him first time out. Then Millie's ridden him a couple of times.
Brian Carver,
sorry,
yeah.
Millie.
Wanacott.
Yeah. He jumps for fun. He's a fun little horse. So.
Yeah. Oh, so you're hoping for the best.
Yeah, hopefully.
And everyone is saying, I'm asking the same thing of everybody really. There's this real sort of glowing feeling that we're back here today, and point-to-pointing is back.
I know, it's nice to have something just to buzz
You ought to almost stand on that chair and shout, we're back, isn't it?
No,
it does
brilliant.
feel like that.
And they've done such an amazing job. It's something to be proud of, really.
And just in terms of jockeys today, there's no changing room or anything, so you've had to sort of make do in the back of the car, haven't you?
I've actually brought a little pop-up tent thing.
Oh, listen to you!
I ordered it on Amazon on Thursday. It arrived yesterday, and I've got my little changing room sorted because I don't like getting cold and wet.
Well, I bet you don't. Well, look, I'll tell you what. We're going to do this at all the meetings up to Christmas, so we'll chat when you're not quite so busy.
Okay, lovely.
But lovely to see you, and best of luck in this race and in the weeks ahead.
Thank you very much.
Because you're bearing down on 100 winners.
Yeah, I'm on 94. So
94. Go on.
6 be good. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's try and get it during the point-to-point season.
Absolutely. Lovely.
Super.
Thanks
That's
very
Joe
much.
Supple. Thanks very much indeed to Joe. Joe, who was better known as Joe Buck, but now Joe Supple, married to Jerry Supple, one of those brothers who are all riders of varying sorts. Now here, we've got a sponsor to talk to now. Tim Underwood is here. Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
That's your mic. We're socially
Good afternoon
distanced.
to you.
And we've been talking about the print concern and the important next word supports the NHS restricted